yung AFP in-involved dun sa war on drugs. Kaya Mr. Chair, tingin natin ay meron din mga tanong, no, na hindi lang yung mga agencies natin yung mga kasagot, pero mismo yung dating Pangulo din. Kaya in addition sa ating pagtingin din na dapat yung former PNP chief, si Ronald De La Rosa ay maimbitahan, tingin natin Mr. Chair timely din na si former President Rodrigo Duterte ay imbitahan din natin.
So what I can promise, Congressman Manuel, is that we will be informing again Senator De La Rosa. We are also going to inform. We're going to inform the former president on this hearing.
Mr. Chair, ilang follow-up lang na mga questions. Kasi na-mention kanina ni Attorney Gilbert na dun sa case na meron nga nalaban di umano, sinasabi po ni Colonel Patay ay legitimate police operation. Pero naglabas ng desisyon yung korte, tama po ba, na hindi naman talaga nanlaban? No?
Tama, Your Honor.
Yes. So, Mr. Chair, from this hearing kasi, pinapanindigan pa rin ni Colonel Patay na legitimate yun, kahit may korte nang nagsasabi ng ganon. Kaya, Mr. Chair, this actually puts the burden on him dahil siya yung merong command responsibility dun sa unit na nag-conduct ng ganong police operation. Gusto po nating malaman, Mr. Chair, na yung police operation po ba yun ay merong clearance? No, for the record lang, may clearance po ba yun mula kay Colonel Patay bago kinonduct yung operation na yun?
Your Honor, we made a prior coordination and I know the operation, Your Honor. With regards to the decision of the court, I have not read the decision.
Yung tanong lang po natin, Mr. Chair, ay kung may clearance ba yun?
Yes,
Kasi
Your
kailangan
Honor.
may clearance.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tapos, Mr. Chair, yung mga PNP personnel po ba na yun ay member ng anti-illegal drugs group?
Saan galing yung clearance, Colonel Patay?
The operation, Your Honor, was conducted in coordination with the PDEA before we can conduct.
Sino nga nagbigay ng clearance? Is it the director of the Southern Police?
There will be a pre-operation report, a pre-coordination and also there will be a coordination to be made to our district headquarters, Your Honor.
So, sino po in particular, Mr. Chair, yung nag-issue ng ganong clearance? I'm asking, Mr. Chair, si Colonel Patay, sino po yung nag-issue ng clearance?
Clearance to conduct operation, Your Honor.
Oh,
After we have the coordination with the PDEA, we will conduct the operation, Your Honor.
Yung tanong, Mr. Chair, sino? Sino po yung nag-issue ng clearance to conduct that particular operation?
It is me, Your Honor.
Yun. Tapos, Mr. Chair, yung mga PNP personnel...
Wala kang higher up na nag-issue ng clearance? For example, like the police director of the Southern Police District, which you are under,
There will be a coordination
or the
to be made.
NCRPO? So, sino po yung higher up na nagbigay ng clearance? You're not the only one who will give clearance. You have to ask it in the higher up. Am I right?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't think that you could be able to act independently, Colonel Patay, to conduct operations. You have to have clearance from the higher ups, perhaps the police director of Southern Police District or the NCRPO. We'd like to find out who.
I would like to review the right term of the coordination form on our to our district, Your Honor, before. Because as I can remember, we have that kind of coordination aside from coordination to the PDPDI, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Chair, in relation dyan, dahil sabi sa CMC 16, series of 2016, nasa page 17 out of 18, the pre-operations clearance form for planned operations must be accomplished, submitted to, and approved by the unit commander or his designated action officer prior to the conduct of anti-illegal drug operations, end of quote. So, Mr. Chair, dahil liban sa higher-ups niya, ay namin din naman siya yung nagbigay ng clearance. Mr. Chair, gusto din nating makuha yung kopya ng ganong clearance form na inisyo niya para sa records ng committee natin. And kasunod, Mr. Chair, dahil nga yun na yung sinabi ng korte na hindi nanlaban yung mga nasa operations, dapat may managot. So, Mr. Chair, tanong natin dun sa mga police na involved sa operations na yon, anong status nila? Ano pong naging sanction sa kanila after nung nilabas na desisyon?
Your Honor, there was a investigation conducted by the RIAS, Your Honor, and there was already a decision, Your Honor, but I don't have the copyright.
So are you telling us na hindi po kayo aware dun sa nirender na decision na ang resulta ay hindi nga nanlaban yung mga sinasabi pong nanlaban dun sa police operation?
I was not given a copy, Your Honor. I was not being furnished a copy.
Congressman Manuel, there is we have a resource person here from IAS, Attorney Jasper Evangelio. Will please, I'd like to ask him. Asan po siya? Attorney,
Ano?
okay. Did you take the oath kanina? Last, okay. Will you please answer? Because according to Colonel Patay, that those, sino ba yun? Yung mga nakundak ng operations na apat ay nasa IAS na to be investigated. So, can you tell us about that?
Your Honor, we'll be requesting for just a couple of minutes. I'm just going to double check it with our record as to the status of those police officers. Your Honor, let me just double check it quickly, if I may.
Okay, while he's double checking it, have any more questions?
Okay, Mr. Chair, concerned lang po tayo doon kasi hindi po pwedeng para hanging lang yung usapin tapos as it turns out nga hanggang kanina pinapanindigan pa rin po ni Colonel Patay na legitimate kahit nga meron nagsasabi na otherwise. Mr. Chair, kasunod lang pong follow-up, dahil nung last hearing natin na-mention na out of the more than 6,000 na pinahawak ang figure ng PNP, 52 lang yung cases na nag-undergo ng investigation. Mr. Chair, kung meron pong representative dito ng DOJ, sige, Mr. Chair, kasi doon pa lang sa figure na napakaliit, 52, sobrang bothered na po tayo bakit 52 lang out of the 6,000 yung nag-undergo ng investigation. Now, next step we're actually concerned
Can the NBI answer that? Being one of the sa DOJ.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. 52 cases were referred by the DOJ. And so far, partial report from our regional and district offices, we have 400 cases under investigation. And as I mentioned earlier, we'll be completing our report, all the data coming from our regional and district offices, and we'll submit it within 5 days, Mr. Chair.
To clarify, Mr. Chair, ibig sabihin ba mula 52 ang number na po ngayon ay 400?
Mr. Chair, yung 52, ito po yung na-refer ng DOJ. Yung so far, 400 cases, ito yung mga under investigation ng NBI. Either ng regional office namin or ng district office namin, nationwide.
Okay. Mr. Chair, is the NBI in a position to answer kung anong status ng 52 na cases cited in the last committee hearing?
As I mentioned earlier, ongoing cases 9, filed with the prosecutor 13, and closed 30, total of 52 cases, Mr. Chair. Ito po yung breakdown ng 52 cases.
Yung 9 po ay?
Ongoing ang investigation po.
Sa 9 po na yan, since when nagsimula yung investigation sa mga yan?
2022 when these cases were referred by the DOJ to the NBI for investigation.
Okay. Meron po bang timeline kung hanggang kailan po pwedeng mag-run?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, but in criminal investigation, it's difficult to determine timeline. Kasi nga, most of the cases were temporarily closed for lack of evidence or witness or witnesses. So, kung may mag-surface na witness, then we can reopen the investigation.
Tapos may na-mention din, Mr. Chair, na 13 cases.
Pending before the prosecutor's office.
Tapos yung natitira po,
Closed, temporarily closed for lack of evidence or witness or witnesses.
tapos yung 400. Can we get the exact figure again?
So far, as submitted by our regional and district offices, we have 403 cases. But we're waiting for figures from other regional and district offices, Mr. Chair.
So it's possible na umakyat ang
It's
number
possible,
na yan.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, Mr. Chair, we request na ma-provide din po ang ma-provide po tayo ng copy ng update, breakdown ng update sa 403, anong inaabot ng mga
Yes,
cases
Mr.
na
Chair,
iyon.
we'll provide the committee with the update of all these cases, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. Tas last sa ngayon, Mr. Chair, kasi na-mention ulit yung CMC 16 series of 2016.
Okay. Last na, ha? Wala na iba.
Yes. Kasi Mr. Chair, kung babasahin pala front
Okay.
page pa lang, part 1,
11,
references.
12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ano tayo rito, ha?
Number 1, part 1, Mr. Chair, ng document references. Ano daw ang mga basis ng Project Double Barrel na kasama yung Oplan Tokhang? Part A, unang-una po, Mr. Chair, pronouncement, and I quote, pronouncement of President Rodrigo R. Duterte to get rid of illegal drugs during the first 6 months of his term. So, Mr. Chair, can we ask, in behalf of the past administration, former Executive Secretary, kung ano pong pronouncement in particular itong nire-refer sa document?
You read again the document, please.
Yes, Mr. Chair, sabi po dito, reference for the Project Double Barrel. Nakalista po mga documents, pero unang-una, Part A, pronouncement of President Rodrigo R. Duterte to get rid of illegal drugs during the first 6 months of his term.
Yes, he said that. No, nabi naman niya, let's fight illegal drugs and let's do it within the bounds of law.
Okay.
Wala, yun lang.
Yeah. Kasi ang in-apply nito, Mr. Chair, in cases na merong mga hindi pagkakaunawa yung ating police doon sa paano implement sa mga parts na silent or vague itong Command Memorandum Circular, magiging reference ng mga supposedly law enforcement agencies natin ay yung pronouncement ni Presidente. Kaya Mr. Chair, we think na maliban sa mga police officials natin, kasi it's also former President Duterte who even included kahit yung AFP natin, may panahon din na yung AFP in-involved dun sa war on drugs. Kaya Mr. Chair, tingin natin ay meron ding mga tanong, no, na hindi lang yung mga agencies natin yung mga kasagot, pero mismo yung dating Pangulo din. Kaya in addition sa ating pagtingin din na dapat yung former PNP chief, si Ronald De La Rosa ay maimbitahan, tingin natin, Mr. Chair, timely din na si former President Rodrigo Duterte ay imbitahan din natin, no? Bilang siya din naman ay hindi incumbent official, isang civilian, and kung may mga dapat din siyang sagutin sa iba pang issue sa other committees, kahit dito din naman na siya talaga yung primary reference dun sa CMC. Yun lang, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. So what I can promise Congressman Manuel is that we will be informing again Senator De La Rosa on the next hearing, and if you would like to attend, sabihin na natin doon, if you would like to come, you are welcome. We are also going to inform, para sa ikagagalak ni Congressman Manuel, we're going to inform the former president on this hearing. Okay? Now, pag na-inform siya, nasa kanya na yun, kung pupunta siya o hindi. But I would like to give full respect to the former president. Although he might not be tawag dito exempt from this investigation, yet I think that we should give full respect to the former president, being a public official also. All right, so we are going to inform the former president of this. Okay, so ganito.
Umani naman ito ng iba't ibang reaksyon mula sa ating mga netizens. Ayon kay George Bulang, imbitahin niyo din si Asierto, Las Canas at Mato Bato, maraming alam yan sila sa EJK. Pahayag naman ni Roel Delantar, yung Makabayan Block, galit na galit yan sa dating administrasyon kasi yung mga kasama nilang NPA nagbalik na sa gobyerno. At ito naman ang saloobin mula sa ating kababayan na si Samuel Oblero, dapat ang ICC na ang mag-imbestiga kasi parang walang mangyayari sa hearing natin sa Pinas. Mga kababayan, feel free to comment below para maglabas ng saloobin sa balitang ito.